Welcome back to another episode of Croppy's Life. Today I'm going to give you a complete rundown of my Y62 Patrol. This is a 2024 Nissan Y62 Patrol in Obsidian Black, and I have done so many things to this car. To start with, we have RAH machined 18-inch by, I think they're plus 15 or plus 12 offset, wrapped in a Yokohama Geolander mud terrain 35-inch tyre. Moving around the car, we've got a 5-inch PDC, the Patrol Doctor snorkel, connected to a airbox that I'll get into. Walking around, we got completely blacked out, full chrome delete. Hydrographics in WA did this. They actually take off all the parts, all the trim around the car and dip it rather than just spray painting it. This car was clean, by the way, 2 days ago, but I've been camping for 3 days and I really wanted to do a breakdown of the car. Obviously all the blacked out all the way across. We've got the GME, I think it's the full driving aerial where it's got the big circular radius. Coming around to the front of the car, we've got the on-track recovery points. Then we have underneath complete underbody protection. Obviously had to get custom plates. You awake, interpret it how you want. The main message of it is what I message a girl at 3 AM when I'm drunk. Anyway, let's go underneath. We have on-track 4x4 suspension all throughout this car, mixed with a few other pieces. Matt from Enhanced Off-Road did it all. He knows exactly what it is. I'm a bit green behind the ears when it comes to the knowledge behind all the suspension and everything. So from what I know, it's basically all on track 4x4. I took the side steps off as well. I think I'd love to get some sliders or some drop down steps for the side here. There's more mobility goodness. Rear lower control arms, K-frame spaces in there, spare 35 underneath. Billet front and rear diff drops. If you want all the information for my lift, I'll leave it in the description, as well as the company that did all of it. All right, while we're under here, may as well talk about dash off-road airbags in the rear that are controlled by a switch panel in the car. So as for the exhaust, I have 1 inch and 7/8 ceramic coated headers that run through from Hurricane. And then I have cap to lead pipes underneath, as well as a 3-inch high flow exhaust to send air through. I'll put up a clip of what it sounds like right now. As for in here, this is the PDC airbox. I'm pretty sure it's a 300 series airbox, but it fits with the Patrols. That obviously runs out from the snorkel into there and connects straight up into this big puppy. This is the 2300 Harrop supercharger that was also fitted by Enhanced Off-Road, and this has been tuned to make about 424 horsepower and sounds absolutely insane through the snorkel. You can hear it like a whine. And the front, we have a DCS lithium 80 amp hour battery, and this is like the fuse panel up here that runs everything to the back as well. We have auto force mud flaps in the back. I didn't think I'd have to show you, but someone did ask what they were, so yeah, that's what I've got in the back. So as for the rear, in here we have a black label drawer system with an Evakool fridge. It's a huge drawer system. Opens up and it usually has a leg under here, but it fell off. It holds pretty much everything I need for me. Same with the fridge. This is great for one person. I could easily live out of this for as long as I needed to. As for more than 2 people, for longer than like a weekender, you might need a auxiliary like freezer or fridge, but this is great. This is all run off a slimline 105 amp hour lithium battery underneath here. Matt and Brad from Enhanced Off-Road did that for me. The TI model has 3 extra seats in the back. We pulled those back seats out, put it in a false floor, and chucked these drawers on top of it. In here, I have a twin compressor that is all run off this, which also does the rear light, amber as well. It runs the USB port up here and the cigarette lighter up here. And then I have some extra spots for if I ever want to add anything else. And in here, I keep the compressor lead, some lights, and some tools down the end. These are great little storage compartments in here, and these little wings. Same with this side, axes, ratchet straps, a bit of paper towel, and some cleaning gear. For up here, I've got some solar screens for the back window and the 2 sides to keep the heat out, and then a K-On in-car roof rack, I want to call it. And this usually holds all my bedding. I can fit a sleeping bag, doona, and my pillow up there, and a bed sheet. In here, I put my swag, table, gazebo, a couple bags of firewood, and a chair. This all fits perfectly. I just need to fold 2 of the seats down. On this side, we've got the GPO switch with the proper, like, turn this on, boom, boom. I think that's actually about it. So I'll take you inside the car now. Nothing too special in here. I don't love the interior, but the interior is not bad. Like big leather seat. This is a bit outdated though. You'd think on a 2024 car, you'd have a bit more than it doesn't even have USB-Cs in here. It's just Yep, you want some air? There you go. But it does have like the rear aircon all the way through the back of the car. Underneath the seats, I have my Anderson for my fridge, a couple plugs, and then sort of like a master switch and a fuse switch underneath there. I keep all of my recovery gear underneath here, some jumper leads and a spare air filter for the airbox. Boom. I actually didn't even know my car had that. I've never flicked that down before. How about that? So if you got kids that just bought Maccas, then there you go, you can chuck them in the back. Same sort of thing, the double seats come down, these fold up real nicely. Yeah, fan, bit of recovery gear. I've got my inverter under here. It's a 1500 watt inverter, and then my Red Arc DC-DC charger here. And then this is the rear of the fridge. I've got a nice neat little cutout here, and I'm just running the cable through there. I'm gonna put up a clip as well of, I took these seats out once and actually had a bed in the back here and built like a little rack to sit my bed on. So if you're thinking of living out of the back of your Patrol, it can be done. I lived out of mine for, I think it was 3 or 4 months while I traveled up the WA coast, and it's great. We've got beautiful wood grain all the way through. I don't know about the wood grain, should have probably left a couple years ago, maybe in 1990. This is where I control my airbags, my rear airbags. I have a compressor switch here, I flick that on, and then I can pump them up or let them down right here. This is where I connect my GME radio. It's currently pushed in because I accidentally knocked it in the other day, and then I've just got a couple extra plugins here to run the CarPlay. Now, I got lucky with this model. I was supposed to get the older version where it had the little screen and the big dial up here, but I ended up actually getting an upgrade, which I don't know if I'd consider an upgrade because this screen is the most dodgy temperament head unit I've ever had. It constantly has a mind of its own, but when it is working, it is great. I have Apple CarPlay, and I can change settings, I can change the light color. Got a little spot up here, little memory keep up here. I've got Razorback seat covers for both seats. I just took mine off on this side and haven't been bothered to put it back on. This is great if you've got a dog. I could not imagine what my seat underneath this would look like if I didn't have it. I'm not sponsored, but thank you, Razorback. And this is Coda's seatbelt. Just plugs in here. I hook him on. That's preventing him from flying through the windscreen. It's pretty cool. It's actually got this dial here that you can use to flick. It's sand mode, on-road, rock, snow. I don't know how much this would actually do. I do remember when it was in sand mode last time, it actually held the gears a bit longer because I put it in manual mode every time on the sand because it always changes the gears too soon. But as soon as I put that on, it held the gears for a lot longer so I could actually charge through the sand a bit more. In here is actually a phone charger. Over about an hour, this will charge your phone, I reckon, about 15%. So don't rely on this. Honestly, this is just a sand catch for me. It holds pretty much all the sand and some hidden gold coins, I reckon, under there. All this closes up too, boom, quite nicely. This is just what it looks like from the cockpit. And this is mad as well. This actually flicks into a reverse camera. There you go, nice little creek run on the back. One other interior thing I forgot to mention is when you buy a Patrol like mine, these come as the most dull lit. It looks like you've trapped a little firefly in a jar and just put it in there. It is so dull. So a replacement I got, LEDs all the way through and in the doors here. There's definitely a few future mods I want to do with this car. Like, I want to get this car ready to go around Australia. I've been camping pretty much every weekend for the past month and a half now. Things I want to do to it to make it more Australia safe, I'd say I'd probably put a bull bar on it, get some spotties, a rear bar so I can put the spare jerry can and some water on, and then a long range fuel tank underneath. And I would love to get a nice slimline roof rack and rooftop tent, maybe an awning as well so I don't have to carry around the gazebo and swag everywhere. There's also there's an intercooler here. This was fitted when the supercharger was fitted too. That pretty much sums up the walk around of my Y62 Patrol. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or anything or enjoyed the video, like it and leave any questions you have in the comments.